My beloved, this is your final call. Heaven has paused for your marriage because your covenant matters to me. Do not treat these words like background noise. Do not let them blend into the buzz of your day. This moment is not ordinary. This is a hinge. This is the crossroads you have reached again and again. Only this time I am here with a hand outstretched and an instruction you cannot ignore. Breathe. Be still. Listen. I am speaking straight into the center of your heart. Others may hear this, but right now it is just you and me. I am closing the door to the crowd. I am quieting the room inside your soul so you can feel the weight and warmth of my nearness. I am not here to embarrass you or expose you. I am here to rescue what you have decided is beyond rescue. I am here to cover you with mercy, to steady your trembling, and to show you the way forward that you could not see through the fog of pain and fatigue. You waited long enough. You wandered long enough. This is your turning point. You stand at a split in the road. On one side is the path you know too well, surviving in silence, wearing a brave face, carrying what is breaking you on the inside. On that path you keep the door bolted. You manage, you numb, you explain. You rehearse the same arguments and the same fears until they are the only language you can speak. Pride stands guard there. So does fear. So does exhaustion. On the other side is the path you have avoided because it requires a choice. Invite me into the very room you have been protecting with your pain. Let me into the part of your marriage you do not trust anyone to touch. Open the door you've kept locked, not because you don't love, but because you were afraid love could not survive another disappointment. Hear me. I will not force my way in. I do not break down the doors of the hearts I created. I knock, I wait, I call your name with tenderness and authority. I am stronger than your doubt, yet I honor your will. Restoration is real, and it is nearer than you think. But it moves at the speed of invitation. You cannot keep me outside and then resent me for not rebuilding what you keep barricaded. If you will open, I will enter. If you will surrender, I will lift. If you will receive, I will fill. This is the exchange. This is the way. My child, your marriage is not invisible to me. The vows you spoke are written before me. The moments of laughter, the small kindnesses, the ordinary miracles you barely remember, I treasure them. And I also see the fractures, the misfires, the miscommunications, the nights of distance that made mornings feel heavy. I am not shocked by any of it. I am not deterred by any of it. I am the one who breathes life into dry places and calls what seems dead back to its true name. Living, but I will not compete with the walls you defend. I will not wrestle you for the burdens you insist on carrying yourself. Lay them down. Let me take what is crushing you. Do not scroll past this. Do not run from the ache that rises as you listen. That ache is the place I am touching. That ache is the door that is about to open. You have said, I'll deal with it later, but later never comes. You have said, if they change, then I'll soften. But your heart has grown rigid, waiting for proof. I am asking you to take a different first step. Invite me first. Invite me before the apology. Invite me before the explanation. Invite me before you understand how I will do it. Faith is not a bargain you make with me. It is the hand you place in mine when you cannot see the next stair. Listen to me with the seriousness you reserve for emergencies, because that is what this is. A holy emergency with a gentle rescue. Heaven has paused. Angels stand ready. Peace stands at the threshold, eager to cross into the room where panic has lived. Do not let shame tell you to hide. Do not let cynicism tell you that nothing changes. Don't let the past become your prophet. I am the author of your story, and I am writing a chapter where tenderness returns, where understanding grows, where love breathes again, if you will let me in. I am not asking you to perform. I am not asking you to pretend. I am asking you to be honest with me and to be willing. Can you do that? Can you tell me where it hurts without editing the pain? Can you release control for the next few minutes and let my voice be the loudest one? This is not punishment. This is not a test you might fail. This is an invitation to stop drowning in your own strength. Set down the mask you hold in public. Set down the narrative you keep repeating. Let me rewrite what fear has been narrating over your home. I promise you this: if you invite me, I will meet you immediately. Not with condemnation, with calm, not with lectures, with guidance, not with pressure, with presence. You will not have to guess if I am there. You will sense the air shift inside your chest. You will notice your mind quieting where it used to spin. You will feel seen instead of judged, held instead of hurried. This is your first mercy. This is your first sign that what felt impossible is already beginning. Stay with me. Do not step away from what I am building in this very moment. In a few minutes, I will lead you into a simple 3-part invitation. Open the door, hand me the ruins, receive my peace. That is where the first cracks in the wall begin to break. Not by your force, but by my faithfulness. Let your yes be steady. Let your breath slow. Let your defenses rest. You are not alone in this, and you will not be left to figure it out by yourself. My beloved, choose invitation over isolation. Choose me over the familiar pain. Choose this turning point. Place your hand in mine and refuse to pull it back. I am here. I will never leave you, and as you remain with me through what is coming next, you will watch the door you feared open without breaking you. You will watch the weight you carried lift without losing you. You will begin to feel alive where numbness told you to give up. Don't move. Don't mute this moment. Stay. We begin now. My child, I saw the exact moment you started calling it dead. I saw the dinner where the conversation shrank into clinks of silverware and the glow of separate screens. I saw the goodnight that felt like a hallway between two strangers. I watched laughter step out of the room and leave behind a quiet that felt heavier than any argument. I counted every tear that you hid in the shower so the water would tell a different story. I marked every breath you held so you wouldn't break open. You thought no one noticed. I noticed. Heaven noticed. I did not turn away. I heard the prayers you didn't finish, the ones that started as help us, and then dissolved into silence because words felt too expensive. I heard the sighs you swallowed while you stood at the sink, while you sat in the car in the driveway, while you lay still beside the person you promised forever. I read the apologies you typed and deleted, the texts you drafted at midnight and erased at 12:02 because you feared they would land wrong. I saw the way affection became effort, the way reaching out felt like walking on cracked ice. I saw the hesitation in your hand when you reached for theirs and withdrew, telling yourself, not tonight, maybe tomorrow. I know exactly where the warmth began to thin, and I am not shocked by it. I am not offended by it. I am here to heal it. I have traced the hidden wounds beneath the surface, rejection that taught you to brace before you ask, betrayal, small and large, that trained your heart to scan for danger, even in safe rooms. Comparison that crept in quietly when you looked at other couples and wondered why your story felt so much harder. Unresolved grief, old losses that were never buried properly and now haunt the edges of your love. And the slow erosion of trust, grain by grain, day by day, so subtle that you only noticed when the floor beneath you creaked under the weight. I see the thread that was pulled years ago and the way it unraveled into this present tangle. I have not missed one moment. I have not overlooked one ache. I saw you become the manager of peace, calculating words, planning tone, editing yourself to avoid another shutdown. I saw you begin to keep score without meaning to. Who tried? who withdrew, who remembered, who forgot. I saw the calendar fill with appointments and the heart empty of connection. I heard the sentence you never spoke aloud. Maybe this is as good as it gets. I stepped closer then. I stood by your bed on the night you stared at the ceiling and decided to stop hoping because hope felt like a trick. I put my hand over your heart. I counted the beats. I counted the tears that slipped into your pillow. Not one fell without my notice. Not one was wasted. You called it dead because you could not feel it breathe. You called it dead because numbness is a kind of mercy the body uses to survive. But hear me. You are not the author of what I can resurrect. You do not get the final word over what I began with intention and purpose. I am the author of your story, and I do not confuse silence with a grave. What you call a tomb, I often call a womb, where something new is forming out of sight. What you call finished, I call waiting. What you call cold, I call winter, necessary for roots to go deeper before the spring. My beloved, do not mistake what has gone quiet for what is gone. Do not write an ending I did not write. I know exactly how far it has fallen. I know the altitude of your last laugh together, the drop in your shoulders when kindness didn't land, the cliff where trust slipped. My knowledge of your pain is proof that you are not alone in it. I have walked the rooms you avoid. I have stood between the memories and the moments and gathered the pieces you have been too tired to hold. I have listened without judgment. I have sat with you in the hushed hours when you thought you had to be strong and told yourself tears wouldn't help. And still, I counted them. I made each one a seed. Nothing you have felt is useless to me. I also saw the small signs that your heart still wants to live. The way your eyes softened when you remembered a kinder season. The way you lingered one extra moment at the doorway, wishing it wouldn't end like this. The way your hand hovered over a card in the store, and you quietly put it back, afraid your offering would be ignored. I noticed the softness in you that grief tried to harden. I guarded it. I have kept a light burning in a room you thought was dark. You are not beyond repair. Your love is not incapable of revival. It is weary, yes. It is covered by layers of protection and pain, yes. But buried is not the same as gone. Listen to me. You have interpreted silence as finality. You have heard the absence of laughter and called it a verdict. But silence is not my handwriting for defeat. Silence in my hands is where I do delicate work. It is where I reset rhythms and restore breath. It is where I invite you to stop rehearsing worst-case endings and begin to expect me. Let this hush become holy. Let this pause become the place you lean into me instead of pulling further away. This moment right now is your hinge between what has been and what can be. This is your turning point. Do not shame yourself for coping the way you have. I am not pointing a finger at you. I am extending my hand. I am not here to list your failures. I am here to lift your face. You are valuable. You are chosen. Nothing about you or your covenant is accidental. I watched you choose each other. I celebrated every yes. I still do. Let me speak to the part of you that decided to stop choosing because choosing felt one-sided. Let me hold the part of you that is terrified to hope because disappointment has become familiar company. You are safe with me. I am fighting for you. And hear this with your whole heart. What feels like an ending may be the threshold of a new chapter. If you will stop letting yesterday interpret today, if you will stop letting fear write captions under every quiet moment, if you will stop calling it dead when I have called it waiting, I am already near. Peace stands at your doorway. Guidance is ready to step in. When you invite me, I will take the silence and make it soil. I will take the ashes and reveal the ember still glowing underneath. I will breathe. You will feel it, first in you, then between you. Do not rush past this. Do not harden now. Stay close. I know, I see. and I am not leaving. My child, you have been carrying two burdens at once, the weight of the marriage on your back and the weight of the blame around your neck. I see the way you wake already braced, already rehearsing solutions, already calculating what to say, what not to say, how to avoid the next frost. And underneath that strategy, I hear the quieter sentence you tell yourself. If I had been more, if I had seen sooner, if I hadn't said, if I had loved better, we wouldn't be here. You are laboring under two loads that were never meant to be sustained by your own strength. This is why your breath is shallow. This is why your patience thins even when you intend it to hold. This is why hope feels expensive. Restoration begins when you stop carrying what was never assigned to you to carry alone. Right now, with me, set them down. Unclench your jaw. Let your shoulders drop. Unfurl the fists you didn't know you were making. Breathe in slowly, and as you exhale, name the burdens under your breath, the pressure to fix, the fear of failing, the narrative that says it's all your fault, the dread that says it's too late. Lay them at my feet right now. I am not asking you to earn peace. I am asking you to receive it. I am not asking you to perform a miracle. I am telling you to stop pretending you can be your own savior. Let me be who I am. Let me carry what your heart cannot. Hear me clearly. Responsibility is not the same as condemnation. I invite you to own your part, to acknowledge words that cut, silences that punished, defenses that blocked love. But I do not sentence you to wear shame as clothing. Repentance is a doorway, not a dungeon. Conviction is my gentle hand on your shoulder, turning you toward life. Shame is a counterfeit that chains you to yesterday and calls it identity. You are not your worst day. You are not your last argument. You are not the tally of your mistakes. You are mine. You are chosen. You are capable of new patterns because I am here, making a way where there was no way. Let me name the false saviors that have promised you safety but have been starving your love. Control, the endless attempts to script every conversation and predict every reaction as if more grasping could guarantee tenderness. Silent treatment, the cold distance you use to signal pain and protect your heart, only to find it builds higher walls. Keeping score, the ledger you update in your mind to stay fair, which only multiplies debt and bankrupts generosity. Emotional shutdown, the numbness you choose because feeling feels dangerous, not knowing it also mutes delight. Sarcasm that hides a plea. Withdrawal that masquerades as wisdom. Over-functioning that looks like care but is rooted in fear. These are not your protectors. They are survival tools you picked up in hard seasons, but they cannot lead you into the future I am building. Set them down. Let me put better tools in your hands. You say, but if I stop controlling, who will keep us from falling apart? I will. You say, if I soften first, won't I be taken advantage of? I will be your guardrail. You say, if I speak without threats, won't I be ignored? I will give weight to your words. Trust me to be the strength underneath your softness, the boundary within your kindness, the truth inside your tenderness. I am not asking you to be weak. I am teaching you to be led. There is a peace that moves mountains more effectively than panic ever could. There is a steadiness that disarms defenses more surely than raised voices. As you release fear and self-protection, I replace them with clarity, with courage, with the ability to respond differently even when the old triggers fire. Do this with me now. Place the marriage in my hands, not as something you abandon, but as something you surrender. Say, this is too heavy for me, but not too heavy for you. Place the blame in my hands, not as something you deny, but as something you release from ruling you. Say, I own what is mine, but I reject the accusation that I am the sum of our broken pieces. Feel the weight shift. Feel your chest loosen. I am already lifting what you laid down. This is not imagination. This is exchange. The more you release, the more room there is for me to fill with what you have been missing. Calm where chaos sat, patience where panic shouted, wisdom where weariness stalled. Some of you have carried another burden in secret, the compulsion to be the hero and the fear of being the villain. You swing between overreaching and disappearing, trying to rescue, then retreating when rescue is not received. My beloved, you are neither hero nor villain in this story. You are a child being led by a faithful father. Let me author the change. Let me determine the pace. Let me teach you when to speak and when to listen, when to step forward and when to be still. I know the language your spouse hears best. I know the timing that protects tender ground. Your striving cannot accomplish what my spirit can do in a breath. I am also removing the backpack of if-onlys you have worn for years. If only you had known sooner. If only you had reacted differently. If only you had noticed the drift at mile 1. Those thoughts don't lead you to life. They lead you in circles. I am leading you forward, not backward. Today we turn the page together. Today you stop punishing yourself for what you did not know then, and you allow me to teach you what to do now. This is your turning point. Let your yes to me be stronger than your yes to the past. You will know this exchange is real when simple things begin to change inside you before anything changes around you. Your tone will soften without losing truth. Your eyes will see the person you love instead of the problem you fear. Your body will stop bracing as though every moment is a battlefield. You will pause, breathe, and sense a nudge. Answer gently. Ask instead of assume. Leave room for grace. That nudge is me. That steadiness is me. That courage to do the opposite of what your fear demands is me. Do not resist it. Follow it. Lay it at my feet right now. The marriage and the blame, the control and the quiet punishments, the tallies and the tight throat. Say with me, I release, I receive. As you do, I am placing in your hands clarity to see what matters most, steadiness to remain kind when you feel provoked, and courage to repair with humility instead of defending with pride. I am not far, I am here. I am the one who carries you while I carry what you carried. Let me be your strength. Let me be your peace. Let me be the one who turns the weight that crushed you into the witness that I am restoring you. Do not pick the burdens back up once you feel lighter. Guard this exchange. Keep your hands open. I will never leave you, and as you remain yielded, you will watch me rebuild what you could not from the inside out. My child, hear me with your whole heart. I will not force my way in. I will not trample the threshold of the will I gave you. I knock. I call your name. I wait at the door you guard. I honor what you open, and I will not trespass where you keep me locked out. This is not because I am powerless. It is because love is not domination. Love requires invitation. I can restore what you cannot, but I will not restore from the hallway. You must open the door you've kept locked, not once, not only when you are desperate, but in the daily places where the marriage actually breathes. Your words, your reactions, your tone, your private thoughts. This is your turning point. Let me name the barricades that have stood like furniture piled against the entrance of your heart. Unforgiveness. Memories kept sharp like glass, stored just in case, used to prove why you must remain guarded. Pride. The insistence on being right so you can feel safe. The reflex to win because losing feels like disappearing. Fear of being disappointed again. The nervous system of your soul flinching before any hope can land. So you pre-reject tenderness to avoid pain. The need to control the narrative, the quiet editing of your truth and theirs until you feel superior or protected. These are bolts and chains, not armor. They keep me outside because they keep you inside. Alone with your own strength, set them down, unlock them, let me in. What does it mean to invite me? not a vague whisper into the night that you forget by morning. Invitation is a practice. It is partnership. It sounds like this at dawn. I open the door, Lord, govern my tongue. Sit with me at the table of our conversations today. I yield my tone before I speak one word. It looks like this in the middle of a tense moment. You pause for one breath and say internally, lead me. And then you answer softer than your fear wants, truer than your anger plans. It feels like this in your inner life. When your mind starts rehearsing a case against your spouse, you catch it. You bring those thoughts to me, and you say, rewrite this with your mercy. It moves like this at night. You review the day with me without shame, where you trusted me, where you seized control, and you hand me the places you wish you had done differently. That is not performance, that is surrender. That is not you manufacturing love. That is you making room for my presence to love through you. Do not say, I tried inviting you once and nothing happened. You did not adopt a technique, you opened a door. Doors are for walking through daily, not just cracking during emergencies. I am not a mechanic you call for a repair and then send away. I am the one who dwells. I am the one who remains. Partnership with me turns moments into a way of life. I do not demand that you feel perfect affection before you act in love. I ask you to agree with me about the next right step, even if your feelings need time to catch up. I bring the wind, you raise the sail. I provide the strength, you choose the posture. I am presence, you are permission. Together, we move. You fear that if you open, you will be unprotected. Hear me. I am not inviting you into naivety. I am inviting you into wisdom guarded by peace. My peace is not fragile. My peace is not passivity. My peace is the strength that tells the storm, hush, and it listens. When you invite me into your words, I do not erase your boundaries, I purify them. I make your no clean and your yes weighty. I remove the poison from your truth so it can be heard without wounding. I remove the demand from your requests so they can be received without defense. You will stand straighter with a softer voice. You will be braver with gentler hands. You will be wiser with fewer threats. This is what happens when I am not outside knocking, but inside guiding. And you need to understand the timing of restoration, because it protects your hope. The first sign will not be their apology. The first sign will not be a sudden flood of romance. The first sign is that your spirit softens where it used to harden. Where panic lived, peace begins to take a chair. Where sarcasm prowled, patience rises. Where you once braced, you begin to breathe. You will notice you can listen without loading your next rebuttal. You will notice you can pause and choose curiosity over accusation. You will notice that after a messy exchange, you feel a nudge to repair sooner and you obey it. That nudge is me. That early softness is me. I often start with you not to blame you, but to protect the miracle. When I change you, the new tenderness becomes a shelter under which their heart can risk opening too. Some of you ask, what if I open and they do not? Then I open in you and I keep working. Do not measure my movement by their speed. Do not call it failure because fruit is not yet visible. Roots always grow first. I do deep, unseen work before I produce obvious change because I build what lasts. Let me plant trust in your soil. Let me pull out the weeds of suspicion. Let me strengthen your spine with hope that is not naive, but anchored in me. As you keep the door open daily, I will make your inner life a climate of peace, and climates change how conversations grow. There is another barricade I am removing, the belief that you must hold me hostage until you are sure I won't disappoint you. You have tried to keep one hand on the lock and one hand extended to me. That split posture exhausts you. Choose. Either invite me to reign or continue to manage alone. I will not shame you if you choose to manage. I will wait. But I am telling you with urgency and tenderness, this is your turning point. Open fully and watch how quickly I begin to move. Not by spectacle, by steadiness, not by force, by favor, not by manipulation, by mercy. Practice with me today. Morning, open the door, out loud. Midday, when tension flickers, step aside internally and say, "You lead, place your words in my mouth." Evening, lay the day on the table with me and receive my peace in the places that still feel jagged. When you are tempted to withdraw to punish, withdraw to pray instead. When you want to win, choose to understand. When you want to hide, choose to tell me the unedited truth and let me give you the next sentence to speak. This is invitation in motion. My beloved, I am not far. I am not reluctant. I am ready. If you will open, I will enter. If you will surrender, I will lift. If you will receive, I will fill. I can rebuild what you could not. Patterns, trust, warmth, safety, delight. Brick by gentle brick, breath by faithful breath. Your yes is the hinge. Let it swing wide. I am at the door. Invite me in. And as you do, feel the air change. Feel the weight shift. Feel the life return to places you thought were finished. I am here. I will never leave you. Keep the door open and we will rebuild together. My child, hear me. The love is not gone. It is covered. What you have called lost is layered over by unmet needs, by words that landed like hailstones, by weeks of tired neglect, by the slow sediment of disappointments that piled up when repairs were delayed. The warmth you missed did not evaporate into a void. It retreated beneath protection. It learned to hide when hope felt expensive, but hidden is not dead. Buried is not gone. Winter is not the end of a tree. It is where roots hold their breath and wait for the thaw. I am speaking to you straight into the center of your heart. What you call gone, I call covered, and I know how to uncover it. Let me show you the layers that have gathered. Sarcasm that lets you say true things with a blade, so you don't have to risk tenderness. Distance that looks like wisdom, but is really fear dressed in a suit. Busyness that fills calendars so you won't have to feel the ache in the room. Over-spiritualizing, using lofty phrases to avoid honest apologies. Quoting instead of confessing, praying at each other instead of with each other. Pretending everything is fine so no one will see you raw. Smiles that ache, jokes that deflect, silence that punishes. I'm just tired when you're actually hurt. We're good when you are lonely. These are not evil, they are armor your heart crafted in hard seasons. But armor that never comes off becomes a prison. It cannot receive love. It can only deflect it. Set it down. Let me help you take it off piece by piece. There is an enemy at work beneath these layers, and I will name it so you can refuse it. Hopelessness. Not just sadness. Not just weariness. Hopelessness tries to turn a temporary winter into your permanent address. It whispers, "This is who you are now. This is what marriage is. Expect nothing. Protect everything." It hardens what should be soft. It narrows your vision until the future looks like a copy of the hardest day you've lived. It is not telling you the truth. Do not sign your name beneath its sentences. Do not let your identity hitch itself to a season. You are not a statistic. You are mine. Your covenant is not a headline. It is a story I am still writing. I am the author of your story, and I refuse final drafts written by fear. I specialize in clearing debris, not discarding foundations. I was there when you began. I know the bedrock beneath the rubble. I know the sincere vows you meant with your whole chest. I remember the laughter that belonged to only you two, the way you instinctively reached for each other without thinking. I do not bulldoze what is true. I dust it off. I do not replace your history. I redeem it. I come as a careful builder, steady hands, patient eyes, tools that do not wound. I fold back the tarps of cynicism. I brush away the ash of old arguments. I identify the load-bearing beams that still hold shared values, quiet, loyal acts, stubborn faithfulness you forgot to celebrate. What was real can be built stronger and steadier. I can lay new mortar, humility, patience, truth, and a little playfulness to reinforce what time shook. Do not confuse nostalgia with hope. I am not pulling you back to a version of love that cannot hold the weight of who you have become. I am taking what was genuine and maturing it. There are embers under the ash, memories that still glow when you breathe on them with gratitude instead of comparison. Remember the storm you weathered together before? You did not always do it perfectly, but you stayed. You showed up. You laughed later. You learned. I kept record of every repair, every small kindness that passed unnoticed, every time one of you softened first. I keep those moments like seeds. When you invite me, I plant them again in today's soil, and they sprout into fresh tenderness that fits your present, not just your past. Let me also lift the layer of pride, the kind that disguises itself as principle, the inner lawyer who will not allow you to apologize first, because I always have to go first. My beloved, going first is not defeat. It is leadership in love. It is not agreeing that the other never errs. It is agreeing with me about the kind of person you are becoming. Softness in my hands is strength. Meekness in my spirit has teeth. It guards truth without poison. Courage looks like being honest without rehearsed defenses. It looks like saying, "I'm sorry," without a paragraph of explanation, and trusting me to give your words weight. It looks like asking, "How did that land on you?" even when your view feels airtight. I am not diminishing you. I am enlarging you past the smallness of self-protection. Now hear how we will uncover, step by gentle step. Before I change your spouse, I will cleanse the atmosphere in you, because homes breathe through hearts, and I begin where breath begins. I will rinse your inner air of contempt, of rehearsed accusations, of the stale repetition of always and never. I will teach your tongue a slower cadence. I will make your eyes kinder without making you blind. I will train your body out of the battle stance it assumes at the first hint of tension. You will feel yourself exhale in conversations that used to make you brace. You will notice me nudge you toward curiosity instead of case building. This is not denial. This is detox. This is not pretending. This is purifying. Release the props that keep you safe, but small. Lay down the need to be constantly productive so you can avoid presence. Cancel one thing and use the margin to sit, to listen, to make unhurried eye contact for 5 uninterrupted minutes. Replace one deflection with one true sentence. I miss you. Replace one sarcastic line with one brave request. Could we try again? Write one note of gratitude without a hidden complaint attached. Offer one apology with no comma after it. These are not grand gestures, they are small shovels, uncovering the treasure beneath. With each act, a layer lifts. With each surrender, a window opens. With each yes, love has light to grow toward. Stop over-spiritualizing what simply needs your honest heart. I am not asking you to perform perfection. I am inviting you to bring me the unedited truth and then bring it to each other with gentleness. Do not hide behind "I'll pray about it" when I am asking you to go say, "I was wrong." Do not weaponize quiet time to avoid quality time. Do not use my name to keep your distance. Invite me into the hard talk, and I will make it a holy place. Invite me into the awkward beginning, and I will give you words that are clean, few, and fruitful. My child, heaven has paused for you again in this very line. Do not call what I have called covered a corpse. Do not pronounce verdicts over ground I am preparing to till. Choose invitation over isolation. Hand me the layers, sarcasm, distance, busyness, pretense, and pride. Hand me the heavy idea that nothing can change. I am already at work, clearing, softening, making a path for peace to enter and stay. You will feel it first as the climate shifts in you, and then you will watch it alter the weather between you. What you call gone is often what I call covered, and I know how to uncover it. Take my hand again. Say yes. Let me begin. I will never leave you. My child, listen closely. The first renewal sign is subtle. It will happen in you before anything announces itself in the room. Do not despise the smallness of my beginnings. Do not wait for fireworks and call dawn a disappointment. I move like morning, quiet, sure, faithful, and brighter by the minute. The first sign is not their apology. It is your peace returning where panic used to live. Feel that? The place that braced now loosens. The place that rehearsed your next defense now rests its case and breathes. You will notice a pause appear between what triggers you and what you choose. That pause is my gift. That breath is me making space for wisdom. Where your words used to rush like floodwater, they now line up at the door and wait for permission. You will hear yourself ask a real question instead of launching a familiar accusation. You will catch your tone softening without losing your truth. You will sense clarity where fog was thick, sentences come simpler, motives get cleaner, options you could not see yesterday present themselves like a path. This is me restoring you from the inside out so that love has a safe vessel to travel in. Do not mistake my silence for inactivity. I am working where you cannot see, inside motives, memories, and wounded places. I am rerouting old reflexes that used to surge like alarms. I am lifting off the film of suspicion so your eyes can see the person you love rather than the threat you fear. I am unknotting words that tangled your throat and making confession easier, apology cleaner, gratitude less awkward. I am tuning your inner ear so you can hear me whisper in real time. Answer gently. Leave that battle unwaged. Choose kindness now. Wait before you bring that up. When you obey those whispers, peace multiplies. Normalize this with me. Slow miracles are still miracles. Dawn does not apologize for not being noon. Embers do not apologize for not being bonfires. The first green blade does not apologize for not being a full field. Do not call the quiet holy work small simply because it is early. I start with roots. I start with foundations. I start where permanence begins. The world celebrates spectacle, but heaven celebrates steadiness. If you will treasure the first breeze, I will bring the wind. If you will guard the small flame, I will feed the fire. This is your turning point. Watch for these early evidences and treat them like sacred proof. You will remember a hurt and notice the sting is less. You will enter a hard conversation and realize you no longer need to win to feel safe. You will feel irritation rise like a wave, and yet you will ride it to shore without crashing it onto the other. You will walk away from a tense moment without the hangover of shame because you chose restraint over retaliation. You will find it easier to say, "Tell me how that landed on you," and you will be strong enough to listen. These are not accidents. These are not personality changes you manufactured overnight. This is me, present and active, renovating your inner house so kindness has somewhere to sit down and stay. I need to warn you, with love. When you start feeling lighter, you may be tempted to test the miracle. The old lawyer in you will want to cross-examine, to provoke a confession, to prove that change is real. Resist it. Do not throw new tenderness into interrogation lights. Do not reopen archives I already filed under forgiveness just to see if the wound still bleeds. Do not bait with sarcasm to measure their softness. Choose steadiness instead. Choose the undramatic discipline of guarding your peace. You are not being asked to deny truth or ignore patterns. You are being trained to steward hope so it grows. Here is how you keep the early light from being swallowed by the old storm. When you feel peace arrive, say out loud, "I receive this," Name it as mine. When frustration knocks, answer it with the same pause you practiced. Breathe in, breathe out. Ask me to lead, then respond. When the impulse to test them surges, test me instead. Place the moment in my hands and ask for a sign of wisdom in you, not a performance from them. When your mind begins its familiar court case at 2 a.m., dismiss it from the bench and invite me to rewrite your inner headlines. Not nothing has changed, but God is changing me. Do this repeatedly and you will watch the path of peace become your instinct. Understand the timing I keep so your hope does not thin. I am aligning more than behavior. I am aligning hearts, histories, and the unseen strings that tug on reactions. I am tending to private memories that taught you to brace. I am healing words you swallowed years ago that still shape your tone when you are afraid. I am cleaning the lenses through which your spouse hears you, so that when you speak truth, it can reach them without piercing. This takes love. This takes precision. This takes time. But time in my hands is an instrument, not a delay. I am not late. I am thorough. Do not confuse numbness with peace. Numbness makes you silent because you checked out. Peace makes you gentle while staying present. Numbness avoids. Peace engages wisely. Numbness resigns. Peace remains hopeful. You will know it is me because your compassion grows. Your boundaries clarify without anger's help, and your courage returns without cruelty's crutch. You will feel more like yourself, the you I named beloved, chosen, designed for faithful love. This is why I begin with you. A healed heart loves differently. I am rebuilding the person who carries the love, so the love has a clean place to live again. You ask, but what if they don't notice? Often they will feel it before they can name it. They will sense the air is kinder, that your eyes are softer, that conversations do not end in emotional debt. Do not demand recognition as proof. Let me bear witness within you. I will make your gentleness strong enough to be felt without being announced. I will make your patience magnetic. I will make your peace persuasive. Restoration moves through climates before it blooms in visible fruit. My beloved, guard this beginning like a gardener guards first sproutings from trampling feet. Speak life over what I'm growing in you. This softness is from God. This clarity is from God. This restraint is from God. Return to this refrain when you feel shaky. The first sign is not their apology. It is my peace returning where your panic used to live. Keep opening, keep surrendering, keep receiving. The dawn is here and light is increasing. I am with you in the quiet, in the slow, in the almost. Trust the pace, trust my hands. I will never leave you, and we are moving forward together. My child, hear me. I am restoring you too, not just the space between you, but the person within you. The marriage is not the only place that has been hurting. Your self-image has been living under verdicts I never signed. You have called yourself too much. You have called yourself unlovable. You have feared you are discarded, inconvenient, hard to keep. Those are not my words. I am speaking directly to you, straight into the center of your heart. You are mine. You are chosen. You are designed with intention. Nothing about you is accidental. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It is a finely tuned instrument I crafted to hear what others miss. Your longing for connection is not weakness. It is evidence of the covenant design inside you. Your heart was made for faithful love, and I have not changed my mind about you. You drifted in the storm and picked up roles that do not belong to you. You became the critic to stay in control when you felt small. You became the fixer to outrun the fear that nothing would ever change unless you managed it all. You became a ghost in your own home, moving quietly along the walls so you would not be a problem, so your needs wouldn't make anyone tired. My beloved, those identities helped you survive a season. but they are not your name. I am calling you back to who you are with me. Not critic, but cultivator. Not fixer, but faithful partner. Not ghost, but living presence. I am inviting you out of the corners and out of the courtroom. I am inviting you into the table of honest, steady love where your voice is gentle, your eyes are clear, and your heart is not bracing to be rejected at every turn. Let me do this exchange with you now. Release the shame that wraps itself around the very qualities I gave you. Sensitivity becomes discernment in my hands. Desire for connection becomes covenant building in my spirit. Longing becomes holy intercession when it is placed before me, not weaponized against them. You are not needy. You are designed for togetherness. You are not foolish for wanting more. You are remembering what you were made for. You are not dramatic for feeling deeply. You carry depth because your love was meant to reach deep places. Receive your assignment to carry peace, to carry clarity, to carry kindness that does not collapse under pressure. This is your turning point. I am not here to condemn you for the coping you learned in dark rooms. I am here to invite repentance that heals. Where you have been harsh, come into the light with me. Say it simply. I have used my words like weapons. Forgive me and retrain my mouth. Where you have shut down, bring the freeze to my fire. I hid to feel safe. Teach me how to stay present. Where you have been manipulative, sulking, baiting, spinning silence to control, hand me those tools. They are too heavy for you. Where hopelessness has sat like a king in your thoughts, dethrone it by agreement with me. I renounce the lie that nothing can change. This is not humiliation. This is liberation. Repentance is not groveling. It is opening the window so stale air can leave and breath can return. Lay blame and self-blame at my feet. I will not rub your face in your failings. I will wash your face clean and lift your chin. As I restore you, watch how posture changes before performance ever needs to prove itself. I am reteaching your body the language of peace. Your shoulders will drop in conversations where they used to rise. Your jaw will unclench as your sentences find a slower rhythm. Your eyes will meet theirs without flinching. Your hands will stop pointing and start open-palmed listening. Your words will become gentler because you remember who you are, not because you are trying not to make waves. Your boundaries will become wiser, no longer walls of fear, but doors with clear locks. Your love will become steadier, not swinging with every mood, not bargaining for safety, but anchored in me. This is what identity does. When you know you are mine, you no longer audition for love you already have. Let me name you so the old names lose their power. You are valuable. You are chosen. You are my treasure. You are not too much. Your depth is welcome. You are not unlovable. Your heart is a home I delight to dwell in. You are not discarded. I gathered you when others looked away. You were made with intention. Your temperament, your warmth, your resilience, your capacity to feel and forgive. I am not asking you to erase your wiring. I am freeing it from fear's static. You do not need to become a different person to be loved well. You need to become fully yourself again under my hand. I am assigning you a new inner script to replace the old rehearsals. Speak it with me until it lives in you. My worth comes from God alone. My voice will be soft and strong. My yes will be honest, and my no will be clean. I can ask without demanding. I can wait without punishing. I can love without losing myself. I am safe because I am held. I am led, not left. As you repeat these truths, they will become muscle memory for your heart. You will find that where you once needed to defend, you now simply stand. Where you once needed to push, you now invite. Where you once needed to disappear, you now remain. I am also returning playfulness to you. Seriousness kept you safe for a while, but it stole some color from the room. I am not making you silly. I am making you light enough to laugh again without apology. I am giving you permission to enjoy what is good, even while I work on what is hard. Joy is not denial, it is strength. Gratitude is not pretending, it is recognizing me in the middle. These are part of your restored identity too, joyful, grateful, resilient. This is the climate where love breathes easiest. And hear me on this. As I restore you, I am not erasing your boundaries or silencing your truth. Nothing I do in you will make you smaller or voiceless. I purify, I clarify, I fortify. I remove the poison from truth so it can heal. I remove the hooks from apologies so they can land. I remove the barbs from requests so they can be heard. I do not ask you to tolerate harm. I teach you to confront it without hatred owning your tongue. You will carry both tenderness and spine, both mercy and wisdom, meekness with teeth, courage without cruelty, peace that does not flinch. Do not wait for them to rename you before you wear what I am placing on you now. If they are slow to notice, I notice. If they are tentative to trust, I am steadfast in you. Your job is not to convince. Your job is to consent, to let me define you, to let me steady you, to let me love through you. Others might hear this message, but right now it's just you and me. Take my hand again, breathe, say yes. I am not only restoring your marriage, I am restoring you, so love has a clean place to live again. Let this be your refrain when old labels knock on your door. Let your yes to me become your rhythm, morning, midday, evening, open, surrender, receive. As you live from who I say you are, you will notice your tone change, your pace slow to wisdom, your love take root in ground that no longer shakes at every wind. This is your turning point. I will never leave you. We are moving forward together. My beloved, lean in. Heaven has paused over you again. This is your turning point. Do not delay. Invite me now. Others might hear this, but right now it is just you and me. I am speaking directly to the center of your heart. You waited long enough. You tried long enough in your own strength. Let's stop carrying what you cannot fix alone. Open the door. Hand me the ruins. Receive my peace. Invitation is the key, and once you turn it, you will watch how quickly I begin to move. Open the door, my child. This is not poetic, this is practical. I will not force my way in, but I stand ready. I knock with patience, but I move with power when welcomed. Say yes to me out loud. Use your own voice, let your walls hear it. Let the room know it is no longer closed. Right here, whisper or declare, God, I open the door. Renounce the lie that it is too late. Renounce the verdict that your marriage is past saving. Say with me now, it is not too late for God. Let that sentence become a key in your hand. Invite me not only into your private prayers and quiet tears, but into the space between you, into the kitchen, the bedroom, the calendar, the text threads, the bank account, the conversations you postpone, the anniversaries that ache. Say, enter our home, enter our habits, enter our history. You are welcome here. When you open like this, you shift ownership from anxiety to my authority. I am gentle at the threshold, but I am not weak. When invited, I cleanse, reorder, and bless. Now, hand me the ruins. You do not have to tidy them first. Bring the sharp edges, the ash, the pieces that cut you when you try to hold them. Bring the scorecards you've kept in a drawer, the proof you sometimes reread to justify closing off your heart. Bring the agreements you made with hopelessness in the dark. I'll never be safe. They'll never change. I guess love is only for other people. Place them at my feet. Lay down resentment, the heavy, hot stone in your chest that you keep lifting to show as evidence. Lay down the urge to control outcomes, to script their words, to stage manage their growth, to pace the miracle on your timeline. Lay down the need to win arguments, the inner lawyer who drafts closing statements while the other is still speaking. Lay down the fear of being hurt again. The guard dog that barks at kindness and bites at closeness just to keep you safe. My beloved, none of these burdens keep you safe. They keep you stuck. Hand them to me. Right now say, I surrender resentment. I surrender control. I surrender the need to win. I surrender the fear of being hurt. Breathe. As you release what you've clung to, you will feel the weight lift and space open for what I have wanted to place in your hands all along. Do not be afraid of the emptiness that follows surrender. Emptiness to you feels like danger. To me, it is room. I cannot fill hands that cling. Let me carry what is heavier than you. Your part is obedience. Mine is outcome. Your part is honesty. Mine is healing. Your part is courage in small acts. Mine is the multiplication of those acts. Into a garden you could not grow alone. Give me the timeline you keep checking. Give me the script you keep rehearsing. Give me the punishments you design in silence and the apologies you withhold as leverage. When I hold the ruins, they do not remain ruins. They become building material in my hands. Watch me sort, cleanse, and repurpose. I know what to keep. I know what to discard. I know what to reinforce. I am the builder who remembers the blueprint under the rubble. Now, receive. Do not only open and offer, receive. This is the part that frightens some of my children because receiving feels vulnerable. But you are not unguarded when you are in my arms. Ask me for what you need for the road ahead. Ask for wisdom in speech. Clean words, fewer words, truer words. Say, teach my tongue timing and tenderness. Put a guard over my mouth and honey on my tone without removing steel from my truth. Ask for patience in tension, patience that does not simmer with silent punishment, patience that trusts me to work when you do not see instant fruit. Say, stretch my patience beyond my old limits. Make it warm, not cold. Ask for courage for hard conversations, not the bravado that pushes, but the bravery that enters discomfort with respect and clarity. Say, give me backbone without barbs. Help me ask for what matters and listen when it is their turn to speak. Ask for tenderness without enabling harm, softness that refuses cruelty, mercy that does not partner with manipulation. Say, make my heart soft and my boundaries wise. Keep me gentle and keep me safe. Then put out your hands by faith and receive. My peace will meet you. My guidance will steady you. My spirit will whisper mid-sentence and mid-sigh, now is not the moment, or ask that question, or hold silence, I am working. Do this invitation daily until it becomes your rhythm. Morning, open, midday, surrender. Evening, receive. Let your yes be continuous, not a one-time flare. Come back to this simple prayer whenever panic taps your shoulder. God, I open the door. I hand you the ruins. I receive your peace and your guidance. There is no shame in repetition. There is wisdom. Re-entry is not failure. It is faithfulness. And as you live this way, you will begin noticing the early renewal signs we already named. Internal calm where alarms used to blare. A softened tone that surprises you mid-sentence. Hope that returns without you forcing it. Unexpected small openings. A shared laugh you didn't plan. An unguarded glance that lingers. A question asked with curiosity instead of suspicion. A text that reads gentler than usual. Treat these like sacred evidence, not bait for fear to question. When they appear, say, I see you, God. Guard them. Water them with gratitude. Do not interrogate them into hiding. Hear me. I am ready to move quickly the moment you invite me. Quickly does not mean recklessly. It means decisively, accurately, precisely. I am already aligning heartstrings you cannot see. I am coaching your inner life even as I soften the atmosphere in your home. I am placing ideas in your mind that fit the season you are in. I am drawing out language you didn't know you had for needs you barely named. I am giving you the courage to apologize cleanly and the freedom to forgive wisely. I am returning to you the ability to enjoy good moments without bracing for the bad. These are my fingerprints on your days. My child, this is your final call for this moment. Do not scroll past your own turning point. Open the door right now. Hand me the ruins right now. Receive my peace and my guidance right now. You are not alone. I am with you. Angels stand ready. Heaven has paused for this yes. Invitation is the key. Open, surrender, receive, and watch how quickly I begin to move. I will never leave you. We are moving forward together. My child, listen. This is how you will recognize my restoration in the room around you. It will come like soft light slipping under the door, not a flood breaking the wall. Small openings, new words, unforced tenderness. Treat each one as sacred evidence, not something to fear, not something to interrogate. Others might hear this message, but right now it is just you and me. I am speaking directly to you, straight into the center of your heart. I am moving, and I want you to recognize my fingerprints. You will feel the air in your home begin to loosen its grip. Reduce tension that you cannot quite explain. The hallway feels less like a battlefield. Meals do not taste like strategy meetings. There is a quiet exhale where there used to be constant bracing. You will notice more honest eye contact, first a glance that stays, then a look that does not flinch. You will hear a kinder response where sarcasm used to stand guard. There will be a moment of shared laughter that surprises you both. Laughter that doesn't carry a knife behind its back. A willingness to talk, small at first. "How was your day?" asked without suspicion. "Can we sit for a minute?" said without dread. A text that reads softer, a goodnight that lands lighter. These are my early signs. Let your heart say, "I see you, God." You will hear new words enter your atmosphere. "I'm listening." "I didn't realize that hurt you." "I want to understand." "Let's try again." "I'm sorry," offered without a string attached. You will hear your own vocabulary shift too. Questions replacing accusations, confessions replacing defenses, appreciation blooming where you once kept a ledger. Notice the unforced tenderness, a hand placed on your shoulder without performance, a seat saved for you, a cup of tea waiting when you didn't ask, a hug that lingers a second longer than usual. Not all at once, but steadily, like morning gathering strength. Do not despise the smallness of my beginnings. Treasure them. Now learn this discernment with me. A warm moment is not the finish line. It is a mile marker. Do not crown it too quickly or crush it with doubt. Do not decide the entire story from one scene. Dawn is faithful, but it still takes time to become noon. When the first breeze comes, do not demand a storm of affection to prove it is real. When a conversation goes well, do not use the momentum to open every archive in one night. Choose consistency over intensity. Slow steps, same direction, day by day. This is how miracles hold. I will also be honest with you. Old patterns will try to pull you back. History does not surrender without suggesting an encore. You may feel a reflex rise, sarcasm knocking, avoidance calling, the old courtroom inside you setting up trial. Breathe and remember your training. Pause, ask me for timing, answer gently. Choose steadiness. Choose the same soft tone that cost you pride but bought you peace. When their old reflex surfaces too, defensiveness, silence, a clipped reply, refuse to declare the drought has returned. Instead, treat it as weather, not climate. One cloud does not erase a season. Hold your ground in kindness. You are learning to keep the door open even when wind blows. Do what is wise. Apologize when it is yours to own, and let your apology be clean. No excuses, no hidden accusations, no bargaining. Speak truth without cruelty. Let truth come with light, not heat. Set boundaries without bitterness. Let your no be simple and your yes be trustworthy. Seek counsel if necessary, wise, safe, covenant-honoring counsel that helps you both, not spectators who feed your anger and call it support. Invite help without shame, a mentor, a trusted elder, a licensed counselor who understands repair. You are not weak for asking guidance. You are wise for building with skilled hands. Let me guide your steps so you do not destroy what I am rebuilding. I will whisper when to speak and when to be silent, when to wait and when to act. Hear me. Not every feeling deserves a declaration. Not every thought requires a response. Not every fear needs to be named in the heat of a moment. I will nudge you. Hold that for tomorrow. Ask that now. Stop before you add that last sentence. Offer a smile instead of a speech. I will steady you in the spaces between words so that peace becomes the loudest voice in the room. If you listen for me, you will not overwater new growth or starve it of care. Pay attention to the household signs I am sending. Children relax more quickly. Their play grows less frantic. Shared chores feel more like partnership than punishment. Even the silence takes on a different texture, no longer punitive but restful. You will notice a willingness to be in the same room without the need to fill it with explanations. Errands become opportunities to be together rather than escapes from being together. Planning the week no longer feels like negotiating a ceasefire but aligning lives with gentleness. These are not trivial. They are threads of a new fabric I am weaving. And when resistance tries to convince you that one hard day erases 3 good ones, answer it with me, not backward, forward. Keep the practices that ushered peace in. Keep the daily invitation, open, surrender, receive. Keep naming small evidences aloud. Thank you for that smile. Thank you for that softened word. Gratitude guards growth. Guard the climate by choosing habits over hype. 5-minute check-ins, calm eye contact, a simple blessing over a meal, a short prayer before a complicated talk. You are not trying to manufacture a miracle. You are tending it. Do not fear that gentleness will make you naive. I am not asking you to ignore harm or to forget wisdom. I am training you to respond from a healed place so that your boundaries are clear and your love does not come poisoned with panic. When a line is crossed, say so with steady dignity. When a repair is offered, receive it without putting it through an obstacle course. When confusion rises, ask for clarification kindly. When exhaustion sets in, rest. Do not torch the field you have been watering just because you are tired. Let me be your shield and your timing. My beloved, restoration often arrives as small openings. Treat them like sacred evidence, not bait for fear. Call them by their right name, beginnings. Bless them, steward them. Return to the refrain I am writing over this season. Consistency over intensity, patience over pressure, peace over panic. Watch as the small become steady, new words nesting in your daily language, unforced tenderness becoming natural, laughter finding its way home without apology. Watch as I turn mile markers into milestones. This is your turning point, and I am walking every step with you. I will never leave you. We are moving forward together. My child, to the one who feels like the only one trying, lean in. Heaven has paused over you again. Others might hear these words, but right now it is just you and me. I am speaking directly to the center of your heart. You have been carrying the emotional labor, the prayers, the check-ins, the apologies that felt one-sided, the calendar that you keep building bridges across even when no one meets you in the middle. I see you biting your tongue so peace can have a chance. I see you choosing gentle words when anger wants the microphone. I see you initiating repair after a long day when resentment would be easier. I see the late-night tears you wipe away so no one will worry. I counted them. I am not indifferent to your weary. I am not slow to you. I am here. Do not swallow the lie of futility. Your obedience is not wasted, even when it looks unnoticed. Heaven records what humans overlook. Every small yes you give me is seed, and seed does not always advertise its growth. Hidden roots are still growth. Unapplauded patience is still warfare against fear. Unseen restraint is still building a shelter in your home. My beloved, I saw the text you didn't send because it would have cut. I saw the apology you offered cleanly without twisting it to be repaid. I saw the boundary you set without bitterness, the smile you gave that kept the atmosphere from collapsing, the prayer you prayed when the room went quiet. These are not tiny to me. These are how I lay rails for my restoration to arrive. Lift your eyes from what you cannot control and place them on what I have entrusted to you. You cannot force their pace, but you can govern your posture. You cannot write their words, but you can choose your own. You cannot engineer their awakening, but you can tend your consistency. Keep your tone soft and strong. Keep your no clean and your yes trustworthy. Keep your boundaries wise and your love without panic. Keep the rhythm we set, open, surrender, receive. Stop begging the wind to change direction. Ask me for the sail to catch it. Stop policing their heart. Invite me to shepherd yours. Say with me now, guide my words, guard my heart, ground my steps. This is where your power lives, in your agreement with me. Hear me clearly. I can move in one heart first. I often do. Do not despise the honor of going first. First does not mean forever alone. First means forerunner. I can soften what is hardened, awaken what is sleeping, and rebuild trust without you forcing it. I know the exact sentence that will reach them without shaming them. I know the moment when their guard will tire. I know the hour their memory will replay a kindness you sowed, and it will break open a new road in them. I am not asking you to pry open what I can open with a breath. I am not asking you to make this miracle happen. I am asking you to make room for it. Do not confuse waiting with doing nothing. Waiting with me is work. It looks like holding steady in peace when accusation begs for airtime. It looks like choosing truth without cruelty. It looks like pausing for my timing even when your fear wants to rush. It looks like walking away from circular arguments with dignity instead of re-entering the spin. It looks like blessing the small signs I am sending instead of interrogating them until they flee. It looks like wise counsel when you are over your head, not gossip that feeds your anger and calls it support. It looks like rest because exhaustion is a poor prophet. This is active faith. This is not passivity. This is partnership. And listen to me with both courage and care. I am not calling you to endure harm. Gentleness is not permission for abuse. Patience is not consent to cruelty. I will give you wisdom to stand, to speak, to step back, or to seek help as needed. Ask me for strategy every day. I will show you when to approach and when to allow space, when to ask a question and when to close the conversation kindly, when to pursue counsel together and when to strengthen your own heart. I am your shield and your timing. I will not abandon you in complexity. I will escort you through it. When you feel the ache of being the only one trying, bring that ache to me instead of weaponizing it against them. Say, I feel alone, to me first, and let me comfort the loneliness before your mouth turns it into accusation. From comfort you will speak differently. From peace you will choose differently. From identity you will love differently. You are not foolish for hoping. You are brave for standing where I told you to stand. You are not naive for believing. You are partnering with the one who authors futures. Do not measure the worth of your obedience by the swiftness of their response. Measure it by my smile over you. I am proud of the quiet victories. You are winning when no one claps. Let me tell you what I am already doing while you stay faithful. I am softening the memory of past hurts, so it no longer dictates every reaction. I am revealing to them small moments of your kindness that they glossed over and now cannot forget. I am reaching into dreams and into commutes and into ordinary minutes with nudges they cannot quite dismiss. I am aligning circumstances so that help appears at just the right time, an article, a conversation, an unexpected mirror that invites them to grow. I am making your home safer for tenderness, so that when it returns, it does not retreat in fear. No, you do not have to push the river. Keep the bank steady and watch me carry the water. This is your final call for this moment. Do not grow weary in well-doing, not backward, forward. Keep doing the small things that seed big harvests. 5-minute check-ins, simple blessings, a calm eye, a clean apology, wise boundaries, daily prayer. Keep your door open to me. Keep handing me the ruins every time your hands reach for control. Keep receiving peace even when results lag behind your longing. Heaven has paused to strengthen you because I am beginning the miracle in you, and it will spread. Now prepare your heart to seal this with me in prayer. We are about to draw a line in the sand of your fatigue and step over it together. You will hand me loneliness, fear, timeline, and outcome. You will take my peace, my strategy, my strength for the waiting. Breathe, my child. Others might hear this, but right now it is you and me. Take my hand again. Trust me one more time. Say yes in your spirit even before your lips move. I will never leave you. Angels stand ready. This is your turning point. We are moving forward together. My child, draw near. Heaven has paused over you again. This is your turning point, and I am inviting you to seal it with me. Prayer is your doorway. When you say yes with your whole heart, restoration gains legal access to begin. Others might hear this, but right now it is just you and me. I am speaking directly to the center of your heart. Breathe. Let your shoulders drop. Let your guard come down in my presence. Do not rush past this. Do not postpone this. We will speak together now, and your yes will open what your strength could not. Say this with me, out loud if you can, whisper if you must. Dear Heavenly Father, right now it is just you and me. I open the door to you. I welcome you into my marriage, into our home, into every room and every routine. Come into our conversations and our silence. Come into our history and our future. Enter our rhythms, our finances, our calendar, our bed, our plans, and our pain. I choose invitation over isolation. You are welcome here. Now say this, Father, I hand you the ruins. I give you my bitterness, the grudges I rehearse, the evidence I gather, the narratives I protect. I give you my fear of being hurt, of being rejected, of being unseen. I give you my need to control, my scripts, my subtle punishments, my timed silences, my staged reconciliations. I lay them at your feet. I surrender the harshness that came from my hurt, the shutdowns I used to keep power, the contempt that dripped from my tone, the secrecy that I excused as self-protection but used as distance. Forgive me, cleanse me, wash my speech, purify my motives, heal the wounds in me that taught me to bite or to hide. I am not making excuses, I am seeking mercy. I give it all to you, and I refuse to pick it up again. Keep praying. Lord, I repent for the ways I chose pride over humility, blame over honesty, and winning over loving. I repent for talking to others about the problem more than I talked to you. I repent for the lies I agreed with in the dark, that I am unlovable, that they will never change, that divorce is the only ending you have left. I renounce those lies. I renounce the verdict that our love is dead. I break agreement with despair. I forgive what I can today and where I cannot yet. I ask for your grace to move my heart toward it. Where I have wounded with my words, let me become safe again. Where I have withheld good out of spite, Let generosity return. Where I have hidden out of shame, bring me into the light without condemnation. Cleanse me, Father, make me new from the inside. Now receive, Father, I receive your peace. I receive the calm that guards my heart and mind when panic used to live here. I receive wisdom, right words at the right time with the right tone. Put a guard over my mouth, teach my tongue timing and tenderness. Give me courage for necessary truth without cruelty. Give me patience that is warm, not cold, steady, not passive. Clothe me in humility that is not self-erasure but Christ-like strength. Fill me with unforced tenderness. Fill me with joy that does not depend on their mood. Fill me with hope that does not depend on today's response. I receive your guidance for this day and for the days ahead. Ask for the practical help. Father, protect our conversations. Put your hand over us when tension rises. Break the cycles of escalation. Help me listen without loading ammunition. Help me speak without setting traps. Show me when to be silent, when to pause, when to ask a question instead of making a charge. Teach me to apologize cleanly, to forgive wisely, to set boundaries without bitterness. Give me strategy for repair that honors both truth and tenderness. Guard our nights. Bless our mornings. Anchor our afternoons. Place trust back between us, one small plank at a time, and give us the patience to walk across it slowly until it holds. Bring us wise counsel that builds, not spectators that inflame. Keep our home as a refuge, not a courtroom. Continue. Father, I ask for protection over our hearts. Shield us from voices that cheer for our separation. Silence the inner accuser that rehearses our worst moments. Expose the patterns that keep us stuck and empower us to choose differently. Cover our children, our family, the ones who watch us, and feel the weather of our words. Let peace be the loudest sound in our home. Restore to us laughter, curiosity, and shared purpose. Teach us to enjoy good moments without bracing for bad ones. Lead us not into resentment, but deliver us from despair. Return to the three-part invitation and make it your rhythm. God, I open the door. I hand you the ruins. I receive your peace and your guidance. Say it again and let your own ears believe it. I open the door. I surrender the ruins. I receive your peace. Let this become my morning, my midday, my evening. When fear calls, I will answer with invitation. When control reaches for the wheel, I will release it into your hands. When panic climbs my chest, I will inhale your peace and exhale trust. Ask me to search you now. Father, search my heart. Reveal where I am still ruled by pride, by fear, by old vows I made to protect myself. Break the vows I made against closeness. Cancel the agreements I made with hopelessness. Rename me beloved where I named myself rejected. Rename our marriage covered where I called it condemned. Heal what my history taught me about love. Rewrite the scripts my pain keeps handing me. Restore wonder to my eyes and kindness to my reflexes. Now seal this with authority. Father, I plant my yes in the ground of today. I choose covenant over quitting, wisdom over panic, consistency over intensity. I say yes to your timing, yes to your process, yes to your peace. Guard this yes, grow this yes, multiply this yes into changed habits, reconciled hearts, and a home where love can breathe again. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Stay still a moment, my child. I have heard you. I receive your yes. I honor your repentance. I welcome your invitation. Your prayer has opened the door wide. Your surrender has placed the ruins in my hands. Your receiving has made room for my peace to settle on you like a mantle. I declare over you now, peace to your heart, peace to your mind, peace to your home. I declare over your marriage, not backward, forward. I speak protection over your conversations, clarity over your choices, and tenderness over your tone. I loose wisdom into your day and courage into your night. Angels stand ready to minister to you. I am already moving. Do not question the efficacy of what you just prayed. Prayer is not theater to me. It is transfer. You transferred weight from your shoulders to mine. You transferred authorship from your fear to my faithfulness. You transferred atmosphere from panic to peace. Keep your posture, keep your rhythm. When the old reflexes knock, answer the door with this prayer. When the ache returns, sit with me and repeat it. There is no penalty for persistence. There is power in consistency. Hear me promise you now. I will guide you to speak fewer, cleaner words. I will warn you before you overreach. I will strengthen you before you enter hard moments. I will protect you when you need boundary and hold you when you need comfort. I will soften your heart without making you foolish. I will teach you to love from a healed place, so your love does not leak fear. I am restoring you, and I am restoring your home. Lift your head, my beloved. This is your final call for this moment, and you answered it with a yes. Heaven has paused to mark it. The page has turned. Keep walking with me. Open, surrender, receive. Every day the same gentle steps. My peace will go before you. My presence will fill the rooms of your house. My wisdom will whisper to you mid-sentence and mid-sigh, and when you forget, come back quickly. I am not going anywhere. I will never leave you. We are moving forward together. My child, do not walk away now. Heaven has paused over this moment again. Others might hear these words, but right now it is just you and me. This is your turning point. Do not treat it like another message. Treat it like an altar. Put your hands on what I am planting and guard it. Do not return to old scripts when discomfort rises. Do not call the miracle a mirage just because it is tender. Do not weaponize progress. Do not use one soft moment to collect payment for 10 hard years. Do not test the wound to see if it still bleeds. Let it knit. Do not measure new growth with old rulers of suspicion. Guard what I am growing. Hear my protective imperatives and take them as a shield around your home. Do not rehearse the courtroom. Do not narrate doom. Do not invite spectators who cheer for your quitting. Do not make sarcasm your counselor or pride your pastor. Do not open archives in the heat of a quiet evening just because peace feels unfamiliar. Do not over-explain the change. Embody it. Do not trade tenderness for control when fear knocks. Do not confuse slowness with absence. I am moving. Let patience be your proof. Now I give you a simple 7-day commitment to turn your yes into rhythm. For the next 7 days, do not overcomplicate this. Consistency over intensity. Every day do these 4 things with me. Invite me in, release one burden, speak one life-giving sentence, choose one act of peace. That is your daily liturgy. Open, surrender, speak life, practice peace. Day 1. Before your feet touch the floor, whisper, God, I open the door. Name one burden and lay it down. Blame you've been hoarding, a grudge you groom, a script you stage in your head. Say, I release blame. Then speak one life-giving sentence to your spouse or about them where they can hear it. I'm thankful for how you worked hard this week. Finally, choose one act of peace. Lower your voice on purpose, bless the meal aloud, or put away your phone to give 5 minutes of unhurried eye contact, small, deliberate, holy. Day 2. Invite me again. Release a new weight, fear of rejection, fear of being the only one trying. Say, I release fear. Speak life. I'm listening. I'm here. I appreciate you. Practice peace by pausing mid-conversation to ask, is this a good time? Rather than plowing through. You will feel your spirit soften. That softness is a sign, not a weakness. Day 3. Keep the door open. Lay down a control you've been clenching, a silent treatment you use to punish, an interrogation you prepare when they are late. Say, I release control. Speak life. Thank you for sharing that. I didn't know that hurt you. I want to understand. Act peace. Take a short walk together, or if alone, set the atmosphere in the home with quiet, not critique. Day 4. Invite me at midday when stress peaks. Release the need to win the point. Say, I release the need to be right. Speak life. I'm sorry for my tone. Let me try again. Act peace. Reschedule a hard talk for when both are rested. Timing is tenderness. Day 5. Invite me in the evening. Release the archive, the story you keep retelling about their worst day. Say, I release the archive. Speak life. I see your effort. Act peace. Place a note, prepare a small kindness, or choose silence over a sharp last sentence. Tenderness is not naivety. It is strategy with me. Day 6. Invite me into your planning. Release the timeline you set for me. Say, I release my deadline. Speak life. Let's try this together. Act peace. A gentle hand on a shoulder. A calm goodnight. A shared simple task done without commentary. Steward the climate, not the scoreboard. Day 7. Invite me with gratitude. Release resignation. The heavy sigh that predicts failure. Say, I release resignation. Speak life. I'm hopeful about us. Act peace. Pray a brief blessing aloud. 2 sentences over your home, over each heart. Angels stand ready to minister to you. I am already moving. Do not make this a performance. Make it a posture. If you miss a step, re-enter gently. There is no penalty for persistence. There is power in consistency. Your yes must become your rhythm. Guard the process, and you will witness what I restore. Let your mouth agree with me daily, not backward, forward. And when the old reflex knocks, sarcasm, avoidance, accusation, answer with the rhythm. Open, surrender, speak life, practice peace. Every day, the same gentle steps. Mark this publicly and let community hold you. Type Amen as your public yes. Put your name with it if you are brave. Heaven has already inscribed it, but your declaration steadies your feet. Comment a short prayer request for your marriage. 1 line. Pray for softness. Pray for wisdom. Pray for unity. Bless another in the comments. Speak life to a stranger walking the same road. Share this with someone who is fighting quietly so they know they are not alone. And if this word has carried you and you desire to support the work that carries it to others, you may sow into it. Please support our channel. Even a small gift through the Super Thanks button helps this message reach more homes. Do not delay your yes. Seal it. Guard the miracle by the words you choose. Bless your home out loud. Speak over your table, your hallway, your bedroom. Peace, gentleness, clarity, kindness. Refuse to narrate relapse when all you saw was a moment of weather. Refuse to collect offenses as trophies. Refuse the lure of big scenes. Embrace small, steady steps. When you feel the urge to test the wound, bring that urge to me and let me keep the bandage on a little longer. When you are tempted to announce nothing has changed, count the small openings I have sent and say instead, something is growing. My beloved, this is your final call for this moment. Do not walk away now. The ground is tender because it is new, not because it is fake. Keep watering with your daily yes. Keep guarding with clean boundaries and kind words. Keep inviting me. Keep releasing. Keep speaking life. Keep practicing peace. Treat this like an altar, not a headline. Return to it morning and night. I will meet you here. Hear my promise as I close you in. I am not finished. This season can shift. The chapter can turn. Love can return with new strength, steadier, wiser, kinder than before. I will teach you to love from a healed place. I will protect what we are rebuilding. I will go before you into conversations and follow behind you with mercy. Lift your head. Breathe. Not backward, forward. I will never leave you. We are moving forward together.